do it. Gotta have a little bit of practice. That was not well advised. Why am I having a stroke of remembering what to do here? Crazy early? Well, to be fair, it's also the one day I'm early, so yes. Hello, Toaster, and hope you're doing well. Thanks for the good luck, Buggo. I didn't bait. Oh, it's over. Whatever, this is why we practice. The fact that I wiggled my way out of that is wild. Do I start practice? Usually. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I usually do. If for nothing else than a warm-up, but... But I'm not good enough yet to the point where I feel like I don't need to practice. Like, I probably don't need to practice all these things. that I do, but... There's one thing I need to get a better feel for. It's still this. That was an absurd cap. Like, that, I don't necessarily deserve it. But I usually don't like immediately starting with a run. I don't know, the few times I've done that, I feel like it doesn't go as well. Oh, that's the worst. Just the worst way to die. If I get 8 perfect Yiko in practice, and then go to doing a run. That's what you don't do. The problem with Hiko, she's not hard, but she's just so long that it makes her so annoying. Meh. Oh, it's the type of Yuko practice you like to get. Not what I usually get with Yuko. What? Just a pebble. Whatever, did the bulk of it that I wanted to. At some point I have to sit on her for a long period of time, but... right now will not be that time. Should I go border maxing for a run? Yeah, let's do it. I haven't gone border maxing in a hot minute. Oh, buddy. Guess I won't go border maxing. Thanks for good luck, Danny. Shake hands out, fun. You, gotta give you good luck as well. I know when I'm not seeing, yeah, that's the idea. 1 off of max power. Unbelievable. Okay, Chen. First time of the day. Let's go through this with ease and precision. Nice. Come on, Chen. Ah. Go maxing again. That was... why the triple up? It is not a good day. So far. I can't play Touhou right now. I can't. Give me a second. I just need to get myself like a good run. One good run keeps you happy for a good 3-4 days. Need to get like one, like a 4 miss. Well, 4 miss would be fine. I just need to get out of the early game. What the? I can't beat Chen. It's impossible. Hit me? Fucking first try on Lunasa Non-2 in the day. God forbid we beat Chen's mid-boss. Chen the strongest because she's Chen, or is it because Chen is... Chen is the strongest because my perception skills right now are not at a high. Because how can she be the strongest if Chirno's the strongest? I mean, you just saw that mid-boss I just did, right? Like, Chirno PCB mid-boss is well known for being the hardest part of the game, right? Where does Chen go on the list of Stage 2s, I wonder? I'm gonna ignore PC98 for a minute. Well, I guess I could refer to PC98. The best of my build. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to count Mayra as a Stage 2 boss because she's closer to Stage 3 boss than a Stage 2, so Mayra doesn't count. That's what, Kurumi and Luis? Kurumi is harder because she has one attack that's ass. Well, probably. I think it might depend on the shot type. Because also, Kurumi with a single bomb is, like, free. Or maybe not free, but it's not bad at all. And I don't remember the specifics about Luis. I think both Kurumi and Luis might be worse. At the very least with, like, Reimu homing. Or... I guess Luis doesn't have a difference between Reimu homing and non-homing. Chirno's definitely easier than Chen. Mystia. I don't know, who's regarded as harder, Mystia or Chen? My current bias wants to say Chen, but I don't know if that's the true. Mystia has a lot more variability with bad shot types, like some of the solos, right? But if you say, take, you know, what's the Reimu homing equivalent, I'm not talking about solo Reimu. But if you take Border Team, is Border Team Mystia harder than Chen? I don't know, it's been such a long time since I actually played against Mystia. I don't think so. I think Chen's probably harder. But I am more than capable of being wrong in that one. Touhou 9 doesn't have a Stage 2, realistically, because it's a different type of game. Hina. Remember I struggled with Hina? But I don't think she's that difficult, like, as difficult. Parsi might be the second easiest Stage 2 boss, in my opinion. Although, a couple of the later Stage 2 bosses, I didn't hang around for the longest period of time, so... I can't speak on them for sure, but I feel like... But Parsi's definitely easier than Chen. After Parsi. Kogasa's definitely harder. I think Kogasa's probably the second hardest Stage 2 boss in my eyes. Kyoko. Ooh. Kyoko versus Chen is an interesting argument. Hello, 11. I think it might go to Kyoko being harder, but... Like, Kyoko stands out a lot in 10 Desires, but that's also because 10 Desires is not that painful. To be fair, neither is this game, broadly speaking. So I think I'd say Kyoko's harder than Chen, but... I don't know, I feel like that one's very close and difficult to decide. No, I'm just thinking about comparing the Stage 2 bosses in terms of lunatic difficulty. You know, trying to rate Chen because I can't beat Chen and I've just been dying to Chen all day. Well, there was a bit of practice before I started dying to Chen. Seki Banki is definitely easier. She's by far the easiest Stage 2 boss. Well, I'm getting Ringo. Ringo's the hardest Stage 2 boss out there. Like, Kogasa would be, but Ringo is just so extreme for a Stage 2 boss. But Seki Banki comes first. Seki Banki is definitely by far the easiest. She's definitely even easier than multiple Stage 1 bosses, I would argue. Also, holy shit, we're on Stage 3. But yeah, Ringo's definitely the hardest. Then it's what, Nemuno? At this point, it's hard for me to rank the last three. Like, these are the ones I have, like, the least, like, noticeably the least experience in. Listen, don't get me wrong, I love Seki Banki. But her fight on Lunatic is... not particularly terrifying. Oh my gosh! What was that? Well, that wasn't Bunraku jank, but that was still Bunraku garbage. Good grief! There's no gaps anywhere in the middle. What the hell was that? The one time I finally get to Stage 3 after like 35 minutes, boom. You give me that, Alice? Are you kidding me? But you got what? Nemuno, Narumi, and Takane. Not Narumi. Nemuno, Urumi, and Takane. I don't know, really can't compare them. Where does Chen even fall in terms of averages? Middle of the road? Honestly, maybe to the easier end? I don't know, it's hard to say. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely 9% luck. Nice power. Oh, it's over. But if you're just rambling off who's hard, like, who's easier than Chen? Chirno, for sure. I want to say Mystia. But I might have angry people coming at me if I said that. I'm gonna say that, but I throw an asterisk there as I'm not 100% confident with that answer. Hina, probably. Again, most stage 2 bosses I have an asterisk next to in this ranking, in all honesty. Mystia sucks. Mystia does suck, but she's a bit of a weird sucky, because first of all, she does suck, but if you're not playing as a, if you're not playing as a solo shot type, she really only has, like, one rough part to her. I guess sort of two. Your notebook, she sucks. Hina is... I remember dying to Hina a bit, but that was, again, when I was worse. I don't think Hina's as bad. Especially because her one spell, I can't remember if it's her last spell, like, it gets harder as it progresses, but the first few waves are not bad, so you only have to live, like, 1 or 2 bad waves. So what, Chirno I'm comfortable saying easier, no asterisk. I love Hina's stage, but we are talking about Hina herself. Just because Dark Road, or whatever that song is one of the greatest stage themes in Alto. But, so Hina says easier. Parsi is easier. Kogasa is not. Kyoko... I'm really coin flip on whether or not Kyoko's easier. I'm gonna say Kyoko's harder. At the moment. But I'm kind of coin flip on that one. But for the sake of argument, let's say Kyoko's harder. Sekibanki is easier, Ringo's harder. So if we just look at that, I put that as what, 3 harder and like 5 easier or something? 6, 8, 10, 11, and 13? No, 11 and 14. So then it depends on what you compare elsewhere, because like I said, I think Kurumi and Luis might be harder, but those are weird to rank, because... I love that emote, by the way. I love that one every time I see it. So if you look 6 to 15, I'd say Chen is, what, 4th hardest? If you expand it... I cannot play Touhou today. Holy moly, this is just... This might be one of the worst days I've ever played. Problem is, there's 5 other stage 2s that I really am not comfortable ranking. Due to my lack of experience on them. Like, Nemuno I don't think is too terrible. She's got that one, like... I'm pretty sure her knife final, like, I struggled with a bit, but I'm pretty sure that one's probably most fairly consistent. Like, I think it's got a pretty static pattern. I think she's got, like, one spell, like, I think it's like her first spell or something that's trippy, but I think I'll say Nemuno's easier. The Rumi. Think about the mid-bosses? Well, I'd think about the mid-bosses if I was comparing the stage itself, right? Right, I mean, mid-bosses is one of the biggest reasons why, if you look at hardest stage 5s, you got UFO right there, right? Like, its stage portion's brutal, its boss is brutal, but that mid-boss is potentially the hardest mid-boss in all of Touhou. What mid-boss is harder than that Nazareth mid-boss? Nothing from EOSD. Because Books is right before the mid-boss, so it doesn't actually count. Catwalk is a good contender. Although, Catwalk is skippable, but we're comparing if you don't skip it, of course. Is Catwalk harder than the... Is that Orin mid-boss harder than the show mid-boss? I don't know. Honestly, I still think the... well, I guess it's the Nazareth mid-boss. I still think the Nazareth one takes the cake. Like, if you count the spells as being washes, although the Orin one has 2 nons, I'd still argue that the non for Nazareth is noticeably harder. But even, like I said, that's under the depiction that both spells are a wash. I don't know, as hard as Catwalk is it harder than that garbage pagoda spell? Like, that pagoda spell, I had like a 3 out of 200 something capture rate on. I'm pretty sure I capped Catwalk more. And now, of course, just comparing me to things is a different range, but like... I didn't think about that Orin mid-boss. That's definitely right up there in the discussion, but still feel like Nazareth takes the cake. No mid-boss from 6 will take the cake. I mean, sure, the Sakya mid-boss on stage 6 can be awkward, and Eternal Meek is whack. But I wouldn't put it to the same level as that Orin or Nazrin mid-boss. Nothing from this game takes it. Sure, Lily White is... Where is he? He's working right now. He was in here earlier. He says he's got to take a shift. So he's out working. I need to rely on him for everything, and I have plenty enough Touhou experience. I can formulate my own. I guess the Kagero mid-boss deserves an honorable mention. I don't think it's as hard as the others, but I could see if someone came in here and said that one, because Kagero is, well, Kagero. Momiji can deserve an honorable mention. Although I definitely would still put her a notch below the others. Especially because it's only a non. Sure, it's a really scary non, but it's still only a non. It's not multiple attacks. Oh shit, that's yours. Remove the space. Is that how they get around, That how they get around sending a link in certain chats? Get rid of the space. I'll ban that bot after I, finish this Chen real quick. Does that count as mid-boss? Yeah. Why wouldn't Momiji count as a mid-boss? She counts in the same way that, like, Kwakuma counts, right? And Daiusei from USD, Stage 2. Yeah, those... Oh, yeah, what's his face? What do we call him? From 18. It wasn't Carl. Son of a bitch. Jimbo, that was the name. I guess that's the most unique one, because he doesn't have a traditional health bar. Like, he's a little weird. You could definitely... I think he counts. But he's definitely not top of the list. He's spooky, don't get me wrong, but... How many times have I died to Chen? Or am I up to like 8 deaths on her or some shit already? I think I'll, I'm not going to count some extra stage mid-bosses, because those are always, like, notably long, right? A very different account. And even then, is there an extra stage mid-boss that would be considered harder than the Nazarene one? Or the Orn one? I don't actually know for sure. It's been a while since I did extra stage mid-bosses. Turn my blue light filter after this one. Whoa, there, buddy. Why did Tenchi summon the catfish? Like, why did Mei Ling fight a giant catfish? And then why did Mei Ling summon him? My filter is on. Okay, you know, that explains the folklore of a catfish. That doesn't explain why Mei Ling fought one in her dream. Why it was there in the first place. Oh yeah, Zune was playing to the future. He was like, we're gonna have the catfish back. We're gonna have Tenchi summon the catfish. However many years ahead that was. That would have been. He brought back the catfish before he brought back Mima. Get wrecked, Touhou normies. Places in the popularity poll, that is not unsurprising. I'll still always say, I really hope Zune brings back a couple PC98 characters. Like, bring back multiple, and just not Mima. Just to leave her. It will happen. What, him bringing back Mima, or him bringing back other characters, not Mima? Cannot beat Chen for, like, the life of me. This is actually ridiculous. She's not, like, 10 times in a row losable. I have a boss. Oh, you can play with Renosuke or Jimbo. Or the giant catfish. You have the 3 options. Which female character you want to play? You can play as any of those other Touhou characters. But for the male oh, you also have, you can also play as, what's his name? Fortune Teller. If you really want, you can play as the blacked out sprite of Marissa's father. Boom. You got 5 playable male characters. Well, that 6th one, boom, you got... Ooh, Genji's a good one. You got Genji, boom. You can play as an unnamed fisherman from the human village. That sounds pretty good. I can't beat Chen to save my life today. It is just the worst possible day. Yeah, you can play as a random unnamed moon guard. I don't know, maybe the lunar rabbits aren't, are too subhuman to them to be in the palace, so they have actual, like, Lunarians doing that. There for show. Well, no, probably not, because I don't know what show has to do with the lunar capital, so I don't think they're there because of her. Can't understand your words. What seats? Is it pronounced sights? Or even if it doesn't go great, we can still rebound. We'll be gone this next weekend probably, but we got holiday week here. I got many times throughout the week. No, I will not be streaming for 24 hours. I don't know if I'll be doing any particularly above average time streams. I think the one thing that'll be special about them is the fact I'll be streaming on probably Christmas Eve / Christmas Day, maybe both. New Year's Eve and or New Year's Day as well. Now when, I have no clue, but... I do hope to stream on all 4 of those days, if possible. As well as my normalcy. You had thought about getting into recently? That I'd love to do. But my one hesitancy is the money on it. I thought about getting into Magic Commander. Sounds like... Oh, that sounds like it'd be really fun with my friend group. And I feel like they would... Although they're not as much card game nerds as I am, I feel like they would enjoy it too. So I was like, it'd be a fun thing to get into, but the only problem is, do I want to spend $600 assembling commander decks? I don't know, I kind of do. I thought your own was true. I've always liked Magic a bit, but it's not a game I'd ever really want to get into too much. Just the nature of it. But like the Commander format, as casual and like group friendly as it is, makes me more interested. And then, if that's the case, then I have an excuse to gather the Hatsune Miku cards, which I really would love to have. I could make a deck. I could make a Miku Commander deck. But it's not enough that I make a Miku Commander deck. I want to have someone to play it with, right? Like that's the thing. And then next thing you know, I'm spending $700, $800 on Commander decks to play with my friends. I don't know, I really want to. It's killing me. I kind of want to, but and one thing I know that could definitely help sway a couple of friends I know at least a couple of them, is there's the Marvel Secret Lair stuff coming out soon. Or, I don't know if theirs is actually Secret Lair or other, but... And I could see getting a couple of my friends based off of that. Although some of those might be risky. Expensive commanders, you never know. Basically, I want to make a Miku commander deck, even if it's not good. And then I want to have people to play with. Well, to be fair, the 600 is not for a single deck of my own. The estimated like 600 to 800 I throw is for a decent deck for 4 people. Because if you want to get like a super competitive level deck, then you're looking at spending lots of money to buy special lands. But, you know, if you're not playing with a billion tryhards, then all you need is, you know, a large influx of basic lands, and those things are cheap. You can get basic lands for, what, like 50 cents a land? You know, it just depends on, like, the level of cards I want to get, right? If you want to... I don't know, what's the price of, like, just a pretty basic commander deck? Like, say, out of the box, just, like, basic, commander deck. That's a good question. I wonder what that price is. I could have killed her, but I wasn't. Forgot what wave number it was. I wonder. When we get in the Touhou crossover with Magic? Dude, when can I have my Reimu commander deck? Come on. Between 150 to 900, I'll pop the budget decks for $50 to them. I'd have to look at like lists and stuff. Or like color setups and shenanigans like that. Technically, I also have like a good 50 to 100 Magic cards on me. I forget exactly how many. So if needed, you would slot in a couple of those. Boom. That's like $2 save right there, probably. Because in all reality, like, I'm not buying a copy, let alone 4 copies of Demonic Tutor for $50 a piece. Right, this isn't competitive Command, I don't give a shit. I'm not here trying to buy a copy of the One Ring for 40 to 50 bucks. How much does that card even sell for? I'm not even talking about like the special one-of-a-kind copy, but like the I know it just got banned at Standard, I think it is. I wonder if the price is gonna be going down. Although, knowing how good it is in Commander, who knows? I love nerd talk like this. Because we do some Pokemon cards battle stuff. Not 100% true format, because we also play with multiple people, but... Green tier Magic deck and nobody will know. Ah, yes, Pot of Greed, my favorite Magic card. Now that is the game you will not catch me playing, and that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I have some respect for Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I will never play that game. Yu-Gi-Oh's the better fan service cards? I wonder if fan service cards exist in Magic anyway. Plus, I'm not playing a card game, so I could sit there at a table, play a card game, and get off to the cards while I'm playing. You want to get up to some Dark Magician Girl stuff? Go online. I'm sure you can find that very easily. You know, when I sit down and I play card game, I want to have fun and I want to win. I don't want my opponent at the table to be getting off under it while I'm trying to play. Distracted. Well, if all I wanted to do was win, I could just build the most cringe, fucking miserable control deck the world's ever seen, right? Give some people some solid mid-range decks, boom. I just play the most scummy blue control, maybe like blue-black or just blue control deck you've ever seen. Or a mill deck, ooh. Spend like $1,000 crafting 4 different decks just to give myself a mill deck so I only can play with once because no one will ever want to play with me again. Congrats, I have removed your entire board, lengthened the game by an additional 2 hours, and eventually milled you out. You don't want to play with me again? Oh, that's wild. Black Lotus. Yeah, that card is definitely legal in Commander, totally. Although it's funny because there's a... It is not my day. Dora, we can play Saki at A later in Lost Branch. That's gonna be a fun one. Although it's funny the reasons Black Lotus are banned. I don't even think it's because of power levels, because Gilded Lotus exists, and as far as I know, that's just kind of like a better Black Lotus. Or it's like identical, almost identical in terms of use. So like, we're gonna ban this card so that people should not feel bad when their opponent drops down on $1,000 card or something. How expensive is a copy of Black Lotus anyway? Like, I know it's expensive. I wonder how much a current... well, don't say current. I know there's a few old cards that are banned to Commander, solely because they're cards that they can't reprint. And they're way, way expensive, so that people don't run those cards. Boom. No, actually what I'll do is I'll just make my own Touhou card game. This way I have to spend 0 money on buying Magic cards. Oh, I'm a genius. Cheapest available Lotus is 21,000. Nice, nice, not bad. I would buy that, but if it's banned in Commander, you know. Plus, even if it wasn't banned, imagine spending $21,000 on a card that you can only run a 1 of in your deck out of 100 cards, and then you play 5 games and you never draw it a single time. Now that would be comedy. Take a piss if I have the cards stolen. Yeah, that's why you keep your cards on you at all times. Actually, do you think the best way to play Commander with people who don't know Magic well, with some of my friends, would be just show up with a bunch of actually banned cards and just don't tell them. What are they gonna know? They're not gonna know the ban list. They don't know. They don't know what's legal. What's a shogi? I don't know like shit about shogi, so you won't catch me playing it. Unless there's a Touhou shogi game, and then hit me up. You know. Generally speaking, rule of thumb, you want me to do anything, just make it Touhou. There is? Really? I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Dude, I told my friends earlier this week, yeah, on Saturday I'll be, I know there's people in town, I know, it's holiday weekend stuff, I know there's people in town. I'll be around on Saturday at the usual time. I got these people messaging me where I am. Like, I'll be around at my usual time. I'm fucking streaming now. I've saved the F-word a bunch. Not as much as some people, for sure, at least on stream, but... Ooh, maybe if I want, like, attention, I could just say the F-word a bunch and then pretend I have Tourette's. Try to claim that. That's a joke, by the way. I'm not going to do that. There's gotta be someone who's done that before, right? Official Shogi Wiki, it's even mentioned as a variant of Shogi. Huh, interesting. But I'm not making fun of disabilities. I said what I was making fun of was the subset of people who try to abuse that stigma and pretend and claim things they don't have. Trust me, if I want to make fun of someone with disabilities, I would go out of my way to do it. I'll make sure it's direct. You know, I don't know how much of a disability you call it, but if I'm going to be on the tame level, like my younger sister and I get along quite well. She has bad eyesight. Specifically in one eye. And oh boy, do I rip on her for that all the time. And it's funny. Like, my eyesight isn't great. I do wear glasses. Not while I'm streaming, though. My glasses are for distance. Thank goodness, because I cannot wear glasses with headphones on. Or at least with my headphones. If I did have to, I would have to go looking for a pair that would work well, or just not use headphones. I would never use earbuds. I cannot with. Pay for art surgery. Yeah, what a good idea. I'm totally rich enough for that. Well, with medical insurance, I have solid insurance. Theoretically, I might have enough. Although I don't know how much of that they would be willing to cover if it's not... Well, depends on how much is coverable, right? Yeah, the insurance business can definitely scam you. It does its work. You don't hear about it when it does work properly, though. You only hear about people who get scammed with it. Say one thing that just screws people over often is whenever someone tries to sell them a drug at like $2,000 and be like, oh, this is the only way to get that. Little do they know you can just fucking go to Walgreens and pick it up for 25 bucks. See, the health service industry is a bit of a scam, but the reason it's a scam is because pharmaceuticals are scams. Or at least, like, the drug companies are scams. That's where the big problem lies. You have drug companies who attempt to pseudo-bribe doctors to push their prescriptions for potential high prices or something without people going too in depth. In countries, well, it depends on which countries you're referring to. I don't know how it goes in every country, but Every single British person that makes fun of American industry in front of this needs to look into a mirror, in my opinion. Is it gonna be a middle laser? No, I did properly. Yeah, well, that's just because it's the easy thing to get on because the price is the thing that stands out there, right? I want to be very careful with what with wording here because this strays dangerously close to politics. I try to avoid talking too in depth about that. That's an easy way to ruffle some people's feathers, and that is not my intention. And then someone claims, well, this is obviously the way it should be. If you disagree, you're a bad person. And then it's like, well, okay, this is where the problem starts to spring from. And to be fair, I think a lot of people suffer in the American system that are Americans because they are generally unhealthy people, you know. People don't want to hear that one, but you know, they're people with actual problems and stuff, but like, ugh. Like, you want to make it harder on yourself, just be, you know. I'm not trying to claim I'm the healthiest person out there, but I'm fairly fit with a not terrible diet. And you know what? I have not had any major health issues. Now, there are some things you cannot, that just are unfortunate circumstances. Cancer, like, being one of them, right? Some people suffer just due to seemingly natural luck of the draw. Unless you have lung cancer from smoking, then I have no sympathy for you. But my only medical issues is I've broken an arm before and a collarbone once. And, here's the medical side. I needed like a hernia mesh when I was a very small baby. And that was about it. I've never had any super serious medical problems. The politics are great though. Well, they can be entertaining at times, but people devote too much of themselves to politics, to their political opinions. I've learned that the less I pay attention to politics, the happier I am as a person. And I'm not saying this because of all recent events or anything. I'm saying this over the past like 8 years since I like knew anything about politics. Because you know, when I was 10, what do I know about politics? The answer, by the way, was basically nothing besides historically. Here's the Union fought the Confederacy. Here's the World War I and II events. Here's this. Like, I knew historical events, but I knew nothing about the modern political climate. Like 17 or something? Yeah, definitely 17. Definitely don't scroll down 2 inches to my About page, and I literally have my age there. So regardless of my feelings on matters, I try to be very careful with how much I tread into waters like this. Because I want to be here for Touhou things. And, you know, conversations like this are fine. Like, I'm not, like, opposed to it. I just want to be careful with how opinionated certain conversations get. What a late kill! Holy moly! Because ultimately, I want people to be here and not have arguments and discussions about this. Like, I want this place to be somewhere where, like, that just doesn't happen. You know, too many people are strongly opinionated, especially online. Like, just does that, and so I try to, regardless of opinion, try to make it as... That's why I say specifically, I just want to avoid controversial topics. Like, I'll dabble into conversation. But I want to be careful. I'm 22 and a half. I turned 23 in actually a few months. I have been able to drink for a while now. By the way, rest in peace, life piece. Lo and behold, I've been able to drink for a while now in my life. No, I don't. Age 21? Yeah, 21. And I'm almost 23. So I've been able to drink for a while now. Although, to be fair, it actually kind of depends on where you are. Some states have interesting laws, such as Wisconsin. You know, if you want to buy alcohol or something, you have to be 21 or older. But that Wisconsin actually has laws where, like, if you're drinking with a parent, or like if I don't know if this has a minimum age to it or if it's like any age, but like you can drink with a parent in Wisconsin, I believe. Like, different states have some different variances on that. I only know of the Wisconsin one because, like, I am very near Wisconsin, so that is one I've heard about before. I actually know a politician in Wisconsin. He was the best man at my brother's wedding. A while back was 5 years. Well, I'm also not 40. Like, I'd consider a while back to be that long, but like, I don't know, I just used it loosely. Like, okay, you know, maybe saying I've been able to drink for a while is, you know, a loose term, but like, again, it's not like it's something that interests me. I don't drink. Bloody Pen was 25 years ago. You're so right. Maybe I should get into drinking and drink while playing Touhou. Maybe that's how I get the LNN. Play Touhou the way Zune always intended to be played. Son of a bitch. Where are you going now? Well, I am moving to some Lost Branch, but also have a good one, 11.